backwards is come, which makes it even weirder. And then like you start fucking the Pokemon, it's gonna get weird.
Welcome to Random Conversation.
Where we fuck Pokemon.
Okay, so I have had a couple shitty days at work, okay? And the word of the day is fuck, fuck, fuck.
Yeah.
Not one fuck. It has to be 3 fucks in a row all together. Fuck, fuck, fuck is the word of the day.
Yeah.
Because if you could have heard the creative swearing and screaming that was going on in my head that I couldn't do out loud because I was at work earlier today.
Especially in a bookstore.
That would have been the tamest of the things you heard. Ooh! So what we're doing right now is, I guess, is it called mukbang or mukbang?
I've heard it called mukbang.
I've heard it called both ways.
Yeah.
We're mucking the bang, or banging the muck, or...
Yeah.
We're eating.
Yeah. Food all
Because what do we do on my channel? We read books and we eat things.
Pretty much. That's how food
That's
works.
my frickin' life.
That's how food works.
When I am home. So we have Chinese food. And this is, what is this?
Food.
These are the little crunchy noodle thingies. This is some form of wontons, but I don't know if they're the cheese ones or if they're... What are you?
That kind of looks
These are cheese ones.
Yeah, I mean...
Cheese wontons.
Yeah.
Those are yours. I don't like the cheese ones. I like the pork ones. These are the pork ones. We got pork wontons. Cheese wontons. There's some fortune cookies. Man, they gave us a ton of fortune cookies. Yay! We have tons of soy sauce. Ooh. Tons of duck sauce. I only need one thing of duck sauce. I only ordered one egg roll. But I got a whole bunch of duck sauce. Whole bunch of soy sauce. We got a menu. We got a pile of napkins. We have forks and spoons. Oh, good. I can stick these in my bag for work. Yeah. What we don't use for dinner. Ooh. More of the crunchy noodle things. Don't really care about those. Yeah. We have black pepper shrimp.
Yeah, that's a good kind.
We have whatever this is.
Oh, shit.
The little handle got squished. I'm going to say this is the sweet and sour chicken because it's these little thingies.
Probably.
And this is the sweet and sour sauce. Mm-hmm. More of the little crunchy noodle things. More crunchy noodle things.
They must be in love with their crunchy noodle things. Because, like, they're
cheap, and they give them to you for free.
Yeah.
Another fortune cookie. Shrimp egg roll. That's mine. Probably General Tso chicken.
Yeah.
The honey chicken stuff.
Yay.
Another duck sauce. Another fortune cookie. Another fork. Wonton soup. Hot and sour soup. White rice. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'll find something to do with it. What the fuck are you? That is not shrimp fried rice. Woo! That's fucking noodles.
Huh.
I ordered shrimp fried rice. I didn't order fucking noodles.
I guess it's a good thing I like noodles then.
Oh well, we'll eat them.
Yeah.
Another thing of duck sauce. This is probably white rice. Yep, more white rice. Damn it! One of the things I wanted was the fucking shrimp fried rice. Oh well. Oh, you know what? You probably ought to go grab a couple plates.
Yeah.
You're already banging the muck. Oh, man. Now I got the sniffles. And we have our big bottles of lemonade. These are 44 ounces for $1.50 at Walmart. They also sell like regular, the same kind of lemonade in a smaller bottle. I think it's either 16 or 20 ounces for $1. If it's the 16 ounce, this is almost 3 times as much for 50 cents more. Yeah. And it's pretty good stuff. Although, unfortunately, they also make a sweet tea in this form. I don't like sweet tea, so unfortunately I don't buy that. They also make flavored lemonades, and I got a hold of a blueberry one, which was phenomenal, but it was only a 16-ounce bottle for $1. They don't make it in the big container. Yeah, good stuff. Okay. So, you are going to want a little bit of everything but the rice, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
No rice or soup?
Yeah.
Are you going to be civilized and use a fork?
Probably not.
Okay. You're going to be a weird, nasty little heathen and eat it with your fingers and make a mess. And if you make a mess all over my bed, I'm going to kick your ass. You think I can't get my foot up that high, but I fucking can.
My ass
fuck.
Oh, my ass is too
fuck.
Well, my ass is too big, so maybe. I mean, I think the whole universe could. Even a goddamn fucking toddler could.
Whatever this is, it tastes good. But it's not what I ordered.
Even...
Somebody else is probably at home going, I didn't order rice. What's this fried rice?
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a veggie in it. You might die.
Oh shit! Oh! We're all gonna fucking die. I'm gonna explode and then implode and then.
Did I just dump all of the shrimp on your plate?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't see any more shrimp down in there. Okay, I'm gonna use my fingers and put the shrimp back in the bucket. I know. I just complained about you being. Do as I say, not as I do. For translation, fuck.
Yeah, fuck everything.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck it all. So I was reading in People magazine. It's in my bag. I should have grabbed a new copy, the new edition, because I can get $4 back on swag bucks for People magazine. You didn't see that.
Well, they did. I could probably watch it on video.
Let me give you some sweet and sour chicken parts. This table's not big enough because I got too much other crap sitting here.
Yeah.
Probably won't even get into the soup tonight. See, we get a bunch of food like this, and whatever we don't eat for dinner tonight, we will eat on the rest of the weekend. At least one more day's worth.
Yeah.
Okay, and you wanted some of... You requested the honey chicken.
Yeah.
This looks like sesame chicken to me, but...
Yeah.
Other places, their sesame chicken is different, so...
Yeah.
I used to go to a place when I lived in Savannah. It was a little Chinese restaurant that opened up like right next door to my apartment. Literally, I walked out of my apartment, went around the corner of the building, and it was right there. And they knew me. As soon as I'd walk in, they're like, the usual? Yep. And then they went to buffet style, but they still had like a daily special. And on Tuesday it would be like Szechuan chicken, and on Thursday it was Hunan chicken or something. But whichever the spicy chicken dish was for the day, that's what I would buy. And then when they went buffet style, a lot of times I would go and get a to-go box for the buffet. How much do you want? Am I putting too much on your plate, or?
No, I'll probably eat it. And if not, I'll have it for later. If anything.
I'm getting this all over me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, guys and gals, I'm doing a vlog on my channel, so... I mean, we're planning on getting a Switch.
We're trying to get a Switch, but unfortunately, with people getting their stimulus checks now, everybody's buying the fucking video game systems again.
Save some for us, people!
Same problem we had at the beginning of this whole mess.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. We don't have any money. There's plenty in stock.
Yeah, when we don't have money, They're available.
And now that
we
we do,
we have a little bit of money because my stimulus hit,
yeah,
and I decided I'm going to do something fun.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being the responsible adult.
Yeah.
And only using it for house repairs and
Yeah.
car repairs.
Yeah.
And I mean, as it is, the first 1,000 is going to pay property tax. So
yeah.
Damn it, I deserve something fun in my life.
Yeah, Katamari.
I've had a rough life
Yeah.
this last year. So does everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm working hard. I should get a chance to do something fun, right?
Yeah.
So, we should be live streaming this instead of just recording it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Love General So. And I didn't put any broccoli on your plate.
Yeah. But yeah, so far the game's playing on game. We've already got Katamari, so
yeah, they only had 2 copies of Katamari left.
So we might as well.
And that was a have-to-have game.
Yeah, I mean, we would have gotten Animal Crossing if they would have had it, but they didn't. So.
Yeah, they didn't have Animal Crossing New Horizons either.
Which is the one I've been wanting the most. Actually, I mean, yeah,
that's the other I gotta have it game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love Zelda. I want Fire Emblem. I want every mainline Nintendo game. Mario and that kind of thing.
I'm just gonna put a handful of these on your plate because I want some of these too.
And hell, I want every fucking game that's ever been known to man. But when it comes to the Switch, like, I definitely want to go for games that are like Mario and things like that. But I figured.
That's stuff that can wait, though, because Mario's always going to be there.
Yeah.
Some of these games are harder to find, so you got to grab them when you can.
Like Fire Emblem. I mean, if I don't get it, that game is going to jack up in price to the point where I'm like...
Because Fire Emblem always does.
Yeah, every game title.
Okay, here's your plate of muck to bang. That sounds terrible, doesn't it?
It sounds like you're fucking the Pokemon.
You're the Pokemon fucker, not me.
Oh, you like to fuck Snorlaxes.
No, I am a Snorlax.
Well, there could be more Snorlaxes. I mean, how else do you think...
Okay, I have been told to go fuck myself before. But, yeah. It's not like, it's not a thing that I plan to do constantly, so... I am not searching out Snorlaxes to fuck, okay? Whatever.
Not like my friends on Facebook, oh boy.
Well, your friends on Facebook have weird fetishes.
Yeah, don't we all?
And keep your ones with the Snorlax fetishes away from me. He's got this one friend on Facebook who is begging me to be their friend. And I'm like, are you that desperate that you have to beg people to be their friend?
Honestly, he was a fucking creep anyway, so I just like...
Yeah, he was creeping me out pretty bad.
And I removed him from my friends to make room for someone else. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Shrimp egg roll. Yeah. I didn't order anything pork or beef.
Huh.
Only shrimp and chicken.
Huh.
That's odd. Oh, well, pork wontons.
Kind of pork.
But no beef. There might be beef stock in the hot and sour soup. It's probably chicken stock, though.
Where's the beef? Not here. Well, even I guess the Baconator, the Baconator isn't even beef anyway. Because we also just got...
It's a potato chip.
Yeah.
Crisp. What is a Pringle?
Yeah.
Now, I was told by my friend, who happens to be Chinese Malaysian, that the way to eat egg rolls is, like, with your hands. You don't use a fork.
Yeah.
I grew up using a fork. Because when you're in a restaurant, you use a fork.
Unless you're me.
This is a shrimp egg roll, and it's got great big shrimps in it. I love it. I think they roll their own. I know they roll their own spring rolls. They might roll their own egg rolls, too.
Yeah.
But this is happiness. We have been both craving Chinese for quite a while, so...
Yeah.
We went bonkers, and we're having our Chinese mukbang.
Yeah, I don't think we've had it since grandfather died. Or was it? Did we even have it like before that? Because like it was during the virus.
It was probably before he died because we just stopped in that one day and most of what we wanted to order they didn't have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if we can't get the food we want, we're not going to randomly order stuff we don't want.
Yeah.
Slide the trash can closer. Yeah, that's better. All these little wrappers and things. I hope this doesn't leak.
Yeah.
You know what they don't do? They don't put pineapple in their sweet and sour.
Huh.
Some Chinese places do.
Yeah.
Oh, this is from the Peking Buffet in Mason, West Virginia.
Yeah.
If anybody cares.
Yeah, around here there's like 3 different Chinese places we normally go to if we do go. The one in Gallipolis, the one in Mason, and the one in Athens.
We haven't been to the one in Athens, have we?
There's
a couple of them in Athens, but I don't think we've gone to one. We go to the Mexican place in Athens.
Well, we have been to the,
Here, if you want information, here it is.
Yeah.
Here's where they are and their hours and stuff.
Yeah.
And right now, the buffet is available, but you can't eat there. You have to do it as a carry-out.
Yeah.
Because while I was there, and they make you put hand sanitizer on before you even get your little box to put the food in.
Yeah.
Wontons. Wontons aren't very good reheated, so I gotta eat these tonight.
And
pork wontons. Yummy, yummy.
But yeah, we actually went to the one in the mall. The
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that one. The one that's in the mall. I'd like to think it's still in the mall. We haven't been to Athens in a while. And I haven't been to that particular one in a while.
Well, considering it's been about a year since we bought Chinese food,
Yeah.
other than the frozen crap at Walmart.
Which is not a good substitute.
I mean, they're fine.
Yeah.
They make a nice meal, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. Frozen food has its place.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have the convenience. And sometimes it's cheaper and a lot less labor intensive, like lasagna.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste as good as mine when I make it, but it's not bad. But when it costs me like $30 to make one and several hours of work versus $12 to buy one out of the freezer and throw it in the oven.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still 2 hours to cook it, but I'd rather, spend that 2 hours doing other stuff.
Yeah.
While it's in the oven versus spending 2 hours building the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, black pepper shrimp.
Yeah. I've already finished mine.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about it is they leave the tails on.
Yeah.
You can try some of this stuff. I'm just going to eat out of the containers. Contaminate all the food, and then it's all mine.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like anybody's really watching at this point, but if Like, if you know anything about the Switch and how to do internet, well, not internet, but like streaming.
How do you stream from a Switch?
Yeah, how do you record or stream? Because like, since we're getting some games for it, it would be nice to,
have the option.
Yeah, to record and live stream.
Good video of it.
Yeah. And I know some people are gonna be smart asses and be like, "Oh, just use your computer screen or your phone." No, I'd rather record and live stream from the device itself, not have to use a camera or a phone or a tablet or a PC.
I never figured out how to stream from my phone or record from my phone when I was doing gameplay.
Yeah.
Just trying to attach it to my computer, I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
Need soy sauce, dude. You know what? I got a pair of scissors over here somewhere. There they are. Let's do it the easy way. Just cut these things open.
Mm.
And spray them all over the table. Now I'm covered in it. Dang it. And there went a fork.
Yeah.
My scissors are completely coated in it. I think I got more on the scissors than I got in the container.
Probably.
I'm disappointed that it wasn't the shrimp fried rice, though.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I'm sure if I tell her next time, she'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." The lady that, I guess she owns it or runs it, she's always there.
Yeah.
She's a real sweetheart. Little Chinese girl. And she's got the cutest kids. I think she might be pregnant again. She kind of looked like she might be pregnant.
Yeah, probably. Well, when you're with the virus so long, I mean, things happen.
Of course, last time I saw her, I thought she was pregnant. But she looks less pregnant now than what I saw before. So it's possible she was pregnant before and had a baby
And
hasn't lost the weight yet.
Yeah.
Or she might be pregnant again.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's got multiple kids now. And she's a real sweetheart. And she was asking how the family was and everything. And I had to let her know that my dad had died. And she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Because she always came over and talked to us at the table and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, "A lot of people are coming in and telling me that people died."
Yeah.
Well,
between COVID and the fact these people are old.
Yeah, I mean, the older people.
Yeah.
Because COVID wasn't a factor with Dad.
Yeah. It was more dementia.
It was dementia. And he was 85.
Yeah.
Less than a month away from being 86. So, I mean,
Yeah.
You know, it happens.
Yeah.
It sucks, but it happens.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I think he was probably ready to go be with Mom.
Yeah. I just need that confirmation that we were okay with it.
He held on until we could tell him it's okay. We will be fine.
Yeah.
Go be with Mom.
Yep. And Piper and Snoopy and all the other dogs and things we've had in the past.
Mm-hmm. And the various Irish setters we've had, the various Scotties we've had.
Yeah.
The various other assorted mixed dogs. Pretty much that's where our dogs kind of were. They were either Irish setters, Scotties, or mutts.
Yeah. Because Snoopy was a part Pekingese, part Jack Russell.
Yeah, I called her Jackanese.
Yeah. And Piper was a Scottish Terrier.
Mm-hmm. Scottish Terrier.
Yeah.
We had Heather, who had Mac and Henri, were her kids. So they were all Scottish Terriers. Heather thought she was my mom.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
And let's see. Oh, we had Pete. We didn't have him very long. He had, what's the disease that Scotties tend to get? I don't remember what it's called. He had some kind of disease and he didn't last very long.
Yeah.
I remember there was a dog named Bandit, and I don't remember if he was a Scottie or if he was a mutt. I don't think we had him very long either.
Yeah.
I think I have to just wash these in the sink when I do dishes.
Probably.
Wash the soy sauce. Work. General So, the highlight of my night. I should be practicing my chopstick skills.
Yeah.
Nah, I want to eat it.
Yeah.
This is what I was craving.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They got a piece of the red pepper. And it's burning my throat. Something fierce. I think you're supposed to drink milk when you have spicy food.
Yeah.
But it got me right at the top of the throat.
Oh, God.
That's how I knew I got the red pepper. I mean, there's a piece right there.
Yeah.
But that one was hidden in the broccoli. There's a piece on that, too. I saw it. At least I was expecting it, you know?
Yeah.
When it sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
When I first moved down here, my parents told me that this place wasn't very good. And I wanted Chinese food one day, so I stopped in and got their lunch special. And I ate it, and I didn't finish my soup. I brought the soup home because it came with like a, this is a quart, so it had like a pint size, this size bowl of soup, an egg roll, plus rice, and I got the General Tso's chicken one. And so I ate the chicken and the rice and brought the soup home. Ate the egg roll, of course. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, that place not being any good. What I had was really good. And I let them taste the soup, and they're like, they've gotten better. They must have changed management or something.
Probably. Who knows?
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Or if they get a complaint, they, rearrange their recipes or something.
Yeah.
So then I was going there quite a bit, grabbing their lunch special, because their lunch special is only, is it $5.95? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's $6.85 now. So it's probably $5.95 when I was buying it. Because that would have been while I was going to school at Rio. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spicy ones. Shrimp with garlic sauce, chicken with garlic sauce, General So, which is my favorite. Kung Po chicken. Kung Po? I thought it was Kung Pao.
I've always heard it called that. Maybe it's something different.
It might be something different. Yunnan chicken, shrimp or chicken with Sichuan style, broccoli with garlic sauce, black pepper chicken. They're the spicy ones. Chicken chow mein, shrimp chow mein, pepper steak with onion. I wouldn't get that because I don't care for onion or peppers. Shrimp with cashew nuts, shrimp with lobster sauce. That's a good one if you like something mild. Sweet and sour pork or chicken, mugu gai pan. What else in mugu gai pan? I don't remember.
No idea.
Pork with broccoli, chicken with cashew nuts. Didn't I already say that? No, that was shrimp.
Maybe.
Beef with broccoli, mixed vegetables, beef with Chinese vegetables, pork with Chinese vegetables, sesame chicken, chicken with string beans, chicken lo mein. So those are the lunch specials. And it comes with vegetable fried rice, wonton, egg drop, or hot and sour soup. So you get a choice between the three, and an egg roll. And you get, like this much chicken or whatever your main dish is, plus a little bit smaller container than this of rice, plus this size container of soup, and an egg roll. I mean, it's worth the $6.85, every penny. So, of course, this was 9 something for just this without all the other stuff. But this is also the dinner portion. So it's slightly smaller than this. I think it came in a round container, more like this one. Hell, that was what? 12 years ago, so
Yeah.
Their prices really haven't gone up that much since then.
Oh.
Usually go for the buffet, but since COVID hit, can't do that. I almost feel like this is spicier than usual.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm just getting all the red pepper pieces. There's a big piece of it up there.
Yeah, for me, the General Tso isn't really that spicy. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm more used to spicier things than you are. Because I like spicy things, too.
Well, I like spicy things. I mean...
Yeah.
You like things that are just hot to be hot.
Yeah! Like Doritos.
I like
Pringles.
things that the spice is a flavor enhancement.
Yeah.
Like, this wouldn't be the same if it wasn't a little bit spicy, It brings out something in the rest of the meal. Of course, now I'm going to sniff the whole night long because sinuses.
And if you're lucky, she might fucking explode. Who knows?
Oh, you think they want to watch me sneeze for 15 minutes?
Probably. People have seen weird things on my channel. And a bunch of other things on the internet.
I'm going to have to label this NSFW.
Probably.
No, I have to.
Yeah.
Because most people are like, oh, mukbang. They're not going to be expecting fuck all the way through it.
I also having sex with Pokemon as well. Like, hey!
You had to say something. Here we go.
Ah! She's gonna blow!
Dude, I'm in the same room.
Mew!
Seriously, I'm in the same room.
Mew!
I'm right next to you.
Mew! That's all I gotta say about life is...
Here we go. I'm telling you. Just what you tuned in for, right? To watch me sneeze. Because I ate spicy food. Oh, man. The lid fell on the floor. At least it wasn't the shrimp.
Yeah.
And It landed this way up.
She sneezed so fucking hard. It knocks.
Sorry, people. Any more in there? Or can I finish my food?
You say that, and then like 2 seconds later, you're gonna fucking explode again.
You started it. I wasn't sneezing until you said something. We all knew it was coming, but. This is not the black pepper shrimp that set me off. It's the General Tso.
Which normally happens, I think.
Mm-hmm. Had the same problem with buffalo wings.
Yeah.
Right, there's my fork. I was going to start grabbing it out of here, and I'm like, no, that's too much like you. See, this is a good balance to the General Tso, because this is sweet, where that's spicy.
You ever had that fucking moment where you're just like eating food and you orgasm, like a foodgasm? You know? You're just like eating to the point.
Please don't be doing that in my bed. Weirdo.
And you explode with the good old fashioned.
No exploding in my bed. Seriously. I know you mentioned it earlier. But that's from the soy sauce, okay. What is that? But we do have the Baconator Pringles. I suppose we could try at some point.
Yeah. Maybe a separate video or some, I don't know.
Yeah, that'd probably be better as a separate video. And we can finish stuffing ourselves silly with Chinese food. Yeah, this is happiness right here. We wanted to do this last week, but
yeah,
by the time I made all my payments and things and paid bills, there wasn't enough money to do it justice.
Yeah. One of my friends just told me, like, yesterday, there's a...
That you're weird?
Well, not only that, but there's a butt plug on the ceiling. And so, I have to wonder, how the fuck did it get up there, and why is it up there?
Betty Glimmer?
Yep, probably. Knowing her and her butt plugs.
I read the comments she puts on your posts. She definitely puts some odd things on your page.
I think she said something about masturbating with stolen cheese once. And again, that does sound like something she would do. Cause like, oh boy! Some of my friends on Facebook are fucking riots. They make me look tame in comparison. Sometimes. Other times I have to out-weird them.
I really think that friend of yours that wanted to be my friend so bad wanted to be my friend so he could steal my clothes.
Probably. That's my job, people!
Because that's one of the things he was like, I'm glad you're supportive of your son and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And that he thought it was really cool that I let you wear my clothes. I'm like, I don't let you wear them. You take them and wear them.
Yeah.
There's no let in there. I'm like, is that mine? Probably.
Most likely, yeah.
Why are you wearing my clothes?
Well, why not?
Oh, there's another shrimp down in there. Yay. What?
More shrimp. I think she's about to eat the last one.
Well, I didn't know it was down in there. There might be more under there.
Yeah, maybe.
See, the thing with the noodles is they're hard to eat because you can't get them out of the container.
Yeah.
Is there any more shrimp down in there? Yeah, there's one. There, whiny butt.
Ah. Mew.
Go mew yourself.
Mew.
Oh, I shouldn't say that. You might.
Yeah, probably.
That has something to do in the privacy of your own room where I don't have to know about it.
Yeah. All kinds of kinky shit go down in there. Oh boy.
I don't want to know what happens in your room. Your room is a scary place.
Yeah.
Is it really 9 o'clock?
Oh shit.
Damn.
It seems like we just got back not that long ago. We've been recording for like 41 fucking minutes.
Yeah, 41 and a half minutes.
Damn.
It's frickin' 9 o'clock in the night. What the hell? I didn't know we were going that long.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, it was almost 5 o'clock when we left home.
Yeah.
We didn't even do the damn laundry.
Yeah.
That's mostly because there was nowhere to park in Pomeroy.
Yeah. There never really is, because the parking kind of sucks, in a way. Well, everything else.
Yeah, but that whole way up the road was wall-to-wall car.
Yeah.
Nose-to-tail car?
Yeah, probably.
Trunk-to-hood car.
Yeah.
Bought it to boot. If there are any UK people watching, they'll know what I meant.
Well, you people are weird. Just randomly talking about weird things that...
Hood to trunk.
Yeah.
Bonnet to boot.
Oh, yeah.
Have to interpret English for him.
It's like an asshole to an asshole, you know? You're gonna
that's just you.
Well, you're gonna get 2 assholes than 1 asshole, so that makes it technically 3 assholes because I'm an asshole. But that makes it 2 assholes within an asshole. So, like, there's 3 of me, there's 3 assholes. But then that would be like there's 9 assholes because there's like 3 assholes and then 2 other assholes. Oh, no!
Is that the new math?
Asshole plus penis equals...
William.
Yes, but non-existent cat people.
That reminds me, I still need to look up that song. I think it's been out for a while, because they talked like it was out for a long time.
Yeah,
apparently, the band Tool has a song called Hooker with a Penis? Or something like that. I thought the title was just fantastic. But I don't know the song. And these guys at work were talking about it. Well, not actually at work. They're on the van going from work to the hotel.
Yeah.
And they were talking about different music groups and what have you. apparently we're up near where Marilyn Manson's from.
Huh.
And I guess one of the guys from Tool. That might be how they got onto Tool.
Probably.
I don't know.
You get a lot of fucking weird people from Ohio.
A lot of talent in Ohio, though.
Yeah. It's like Marilyn Manson. Oh, God. He's a fucking crazy person. And I like it.
Yeah, but from all accounts, he's really a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Everybody says how nice he is and everything.
Yeah.
He just looks weird.
Yeah.
But that's part of his shtick, you know?
Yeah, that's part of who he is. That's what he does.
If he didn't have that, yeah, he'd still be talented.
But it wouldn't be as...
But I don't think he would be as popular or as big as he is.
It's like Kiss with their makeup.
Yeah.
You know?
Kiss without their makeup, who cares? Nobody wanted to listen to them. They weren't as good.
Yeah.
They put that makeup back on, they were right back on top of the charts.
Yeah.
Do what works, you know? If you're gonna make that your brand, stick with it. Make it work.
Yeah.
I need to finish these off because they're going to be even worse tomorrow if I don't eat them now. But this is what I'm going to do. Instead of dipping them, I'm going to coat them. Oh, shit! These were a little overcooked, I think. Yours weren't as dark. Yeah. So yours were probably easier to eat. These are a little on the chewy side, and I think is because they're a little bit on the overcooked side. Oh my God, excuse me. In some countries, that's a sign that you're enjoying the meal and is a real compliment to the cook. So,
yeah, I think it's
my compliments to the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. I think Japan is one of those countries that...
It might be. They do have some customs that to us would seem rude.
Yeah.
But then I'm sure some of our customs seem rude to them, so whatever.
Pretty much everyone's an asshole to everyone else, it seems like.
Slurping your noodles is, expected in Japan.
Yeah.
If you slurp your noodles here, people are like, oh, you're so rude.
Yeah.
How else are you going to eat them?
Yeah.
You're trying to eat noodles with chopsticks. How else are you going to eat them? You're going to slurp them.
Yeah.
Fuck you, mouse.
Yeah. Yeah, the mice are assholes.
They better not be eating my mac and cheese.
They probably will be. Knowing them. They'll eat fucking anything.
Mm-hmm. I completely meant to buy another bin and totally forgot. We were even over next to them. And I had just said that I wanted to buy at least one bin. Pretty much anything that's not a canned good, we have to store in bins. If it's cake mix, if it's mac and cheese in a box, they love pasta of all kinds. They love, oh my God, they love mashed potato flakes.
Yeah.
They even ate a hole in a package of chicken broth, and it leaked all over the place. I was cleaning up chicken broth and mashed potato flakes. Oh, I was so pissed.
Yeah.
Goddamn fucking mice. And the more I try to get rid of them, the more they seem to come in.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of living out of plastic bins.
Yeah.
There's one little fucking mouse that keeps climbing up on my bed while I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'll be laying there watching TV, and this little fucking mouse will climb up on my blanket. And one time I went, and it went flying across the room. Next night, there's a little fucking mouse climbing up my bed. I mean, I realize I was born near the rat, but I'm not your fucking mother, mouse.
Yeah.
So, what should I title this? Mukbang or fuckbang?
I don't know.
Fuck the mukbang.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely start with NSFW.
Yeah.
Mukbang, in which the F-bomb is dropped a lot.
Yeah.
Because YouTube doesn't like it if you put the F word in your title.
Fuck them.
Fuck them!
Because I literally have a bunch of videos where fuck is in the title. Because I don't care about YouTube's rules.
Well, I mean, ABGN had to change his titles for You Know It's Bullshit.
Yeah.
So you're not monetized, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you're monetized, they come up with 6 million different ways to demonetize you.
Yep.
Like, I got a fucking copyright claim on one of my videos because in the background there was some music playing that I forgot to turn off. I'm like, I hope you're loving all that revenue you're getting because I'm not even qualified to get fucking monetized.
Yeah.
I have 43, 47.
Maybe.
40-something subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even close to the threshold you need to get monetized.
4,000 hours watched, 1,000 subs. Ha!
I'm lucky to get 4 hours watched.
Yeah.
I watched the 4,000 hours. That should be good enough.
Yeah.
I'm watching that much frickin' YouTube.
Yeah. I'm the one that's kind of close to it. I forgot. Wait, 6 or 700. Either 6 or 700 subs. I forgot where I'm at now. But yeah, I mean, and I feel like by the time I get to 1,000 subscribers and
They'll move it the mark again.
Yep, because that's what happened before. I made it to 10,000 fucking views, which was the original threshold. Like, okay, yeah, I can get monetized. No. It was either when PewDiePie did something stupid or Logan Paul shoot a dead body. One of those two things. And YouTube, instead of punishing that one creator, decided to fuck over everybody. Which I'm like, wow.
Unless I make a video that for some reason goes fucking viral, yeah, that's gonna happen. There's no way in hell I'm gonna get monetized.
Yeah.
And now I tend to make this a family channel. I try to keep my stuff PG. Because, you know, I know when parents are watching, kids are seeing it too.
Yeah.
Today, I'm just frustrated and annoyed, and
Yeah.
the word of the day is fuck, fuck, fuck.
Yeah. Well, that is for me.
And when that's the tame profanity that was going on in my head.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Creative swearing. And if I could have screamed like I wanted to scream, y'all would have heard it around the fucking world.
The fuck heard around the world that started World War III.
Fuck! Yeah. I really wanted to go outside and yell fuck. Because I was so...
Yeah.
I mean, I was almost in tears. I was getting so frustrated with this one thing I was doing at work. And luckily, because I was doing inventory, luckily one of the ladies that worked in the store came over and helped me out. I'm like, I am so frustrated. Because I couldn't get things to scan. And usually, I was told that on what I was doing especially, if one wouldn't scan because they had really crappy barcodes, they were printed poorly, if one didn't scan, but I had one that did scan, to scan that one for the other piece. Well, I was having really hard time with this one. And I went back to scan one that I'd already done, and it wouldn't scan either. I must have spent 15 minutes trying to get this one thing to scan, and I was getting so frustrated. And finally, the girl came over, and she goes, I'm so sorry you're stuck over here. I said, can you help me? Because I can't get this dumb thing to scan, and I'm getting really frustrated. I'm ready to scream. And another counter from a different crew was standing there, and she goes, do you need a hug? I'm like, maybe if I can get this stuff done after the fact, I might need a hug. I was so frustrated. You know, it's that level of frustration where your eyes start to water, and you know one more thing, and you're going to be bawling your eyes out. I was at that point. I could not get it to work. And I didn't know if it was my machine or if it was the tags, because, you know, when I couldn't even get one that had scanned previously to scan again, what the hell do you do, you know?
Oh,
Frustrated.
my ass just hurt.
Please don't be farting on my bed. Weirdo. You know what? Let me scoot these over. I'm going to set these here for the moment.
I don't even know where else.
I went and put that there, it'll fall.
Yeah, probably.
And you just took my lid.
The lid's an asshole.
If you're done, take that out to the kitchen, dump that stuff in the trash can.
Yep.
And then put the plate in the sink.
Oh, my ass is hurting.
You would think he's 21 fucking years old. He would know this stuff, but no, I have to explain it to him.
That's too much work. You have to get up. You have
just because you're fucking lazy.
Well, you have to do things.
Whoa. Now that I have this all over everything, exactly what I didn't want to do, I've done it. Because my thought was, put the sweet and sour chicken in the sweet and sour container and get rid of that little box. Because now it will be easier to store. And now I've got sweet and sour sauce all over my table. Which, of course, is now all over the scissors. Okay. What did I do with the box? There's the box. Okay. So, to go in the fridge, I'm not going to get into the soup tonight. That will be probably tomorrow and Sunday. I like to mix wonton soup and hot and sour soup together because I think it makes a good soup when they're mixed. Okay, we'll put this in here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rice. I'll make something out of it. I have made casseroles and stuff out of it before. Because they always give you the white rice even if you order other rice. Which, of course, they didn't give me the rice I ordered. They gave me these noodle things. Whatever. Not that big a deal. We'll survive. Do you want these crunchy noodle things?
Yeah, maybe.
Knock yourself out. Have some crunchy noodle things.
Yeah,
Got them?
Yeah, I can put them in my...
Okay, I'm going to put... Well, here, you can have 3 of these. I've got 3. Got all this extra duck sauce. I only needed 1 thing of duck sauce, but she gave me 7. And 7 soy sauce. She must have thought I needed to be sauced.
Yeah.
Leave it to me. I got paper cuts on the back of my hand instead of where most people get them like in between or on the inside of their hand. No, I got it across my knuckles. Because I got to scan papers today. And normally you would think, oh, you count how many sheets are in the bin and you scan one and you put that number. No. The way they wanted it done, this is at the Ohio State University bookstore, which is a Barnes & Noble on High Street. High Street?
Maybe.
I think it's High Street in Columbus. If you go to that school, if you are one of the nuts, because it's not my favorite school, what the hell are you doing?
I have no idea.
Oh, there's a piece of shell.
Fuck that show. Show's an asshole. Get in the way of...
That's one reason I don't care for tail on shrimp.
Yeah.
That's why when I buy shrimp, I always buy the tail off ones.
Yeah.
There, that's better.
They're always a pain in the ass.
Because I don't want to be eating shells.
Yeah.
Anyway, they wanted... The textbooks, we could all just, like, scan the top one and count how many. And when we went into this other section, I got put on the wall where they had all the paper for art stuff. Which, I started out with paper envy because there were some really nice papers. And being that I have been to art school, I graduated from art school, you know, paper envy is a real thing. If you're an artist, you understand. There was some really nice Reeves, like, watercolor paper. It was great. Anyway, you know, I had to scan each sheet individually. Then I got down to, on the first rack I was on, at the bottom, there were 3 slots full of this black paper. They listed as construction paper, but it was thinner than what you would think of as construction paper. But anyway, it's all the same SKU number. The first slot of it, I pulled out this whole section of it that none of them had SKU tags or barcodes. So I called the lady over. We had some really nice people that worked for the store that were helping us with all our issues. And it had that whole stack. It doesn't have, you know, barcodes. She's like, you're kidding me. I'm like, nope. I looked at them. They're not on there. I looked at every corner, both sides. She's like, well, let me ask and see what they want me to do. And she came back over and she personally sat there and counted that stack of paper. There were 84 sheets that had no tags. And she said, what we can do is, we know there's 84 here. Take this one, scan it 84 times for those pieces. Fine, no problem. Second slot full of the same black paper, no problems. Everything had a SKU tag. The next section, the third section, there were 100 sheets without tags. I said, do you want me to do the same thing? And she's like, yeah. I said, okay, now, how about if I do this? Because the first stack of paper is still sitting there. I'll move the ones that have tags and put them, since it's all the same SKU number, fill in these top 2, and the bottom one will be all the ones with no tags, because that's fine. So then I counted that stack of paper. There was 100 of them. So 184 times I had to scan the same stinking label. Well, actually 185, because I had to scan it for that original sheet of paper to start with. So that was the first craziness. Because the first issue I had wasn't really an issue. There were 2 sheets of the same paper, and the stickers were different. It's the same SKU number and everything. And I said, do you want me to just scan this same, could I just scan the same barcode for both sheets? Because the one, it won't scan, because it was faded and just not printed well. She's like, yeah, that's fine. So I did that. And then I had the issue with the black paper. Then, didn't really have any issues on the next section. Then I got into, they had these like upright slats, and there was things in between like foam core and some of the better, thicker like boards that you would use to like cut mats out of and things like that, mounting boards, and got into a section where everything in the slat, no tags. I said, okay, what do you want me to do with this? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I said, I see there's a barcode down here. I'm guessing it's the same item because it's in that slot. As we're told not to scan shelf tags, but it's the only tag I see. Just scan. I'm giving you permission. Scan that shelf tag, however many times, for the number of pieces. Well, then the next slot had the same issue, different size item, same type of item. So I scanned its shelf tag and went on. And I told her when she came back by, I said, "This is what I did." And she said, "That's fine." Then under these slats, there were these drawers, which is where my frustration came in. First set of drawers, no problem. There's like 6 drawers in a stack, and all 6 drawers went on one scan tag that we use, one inventory tag, and then there was 6 more drawers that went on another tag. So I got into that second set of drawers, and the first couple drawers were fine. I think it was the third drawer down is where I ran into my big issue. And when I was getting so frustrated, I was just ready to scream and cry and just flip out completely. Luckily, she came over when she did because I was about to lose it. I was getting that frustrated. And I don't normally get that frustrated. When I do, it's, stand back because I'm going to just... Anyway, I told her what was going on and why I was frustrated. And she sat there with me and helped me count all these things by hand and find one that actually had a scannable tag. Because even the ones I had already scanned, they wouldn't scan again. I don't know why. Doesn't make any sense. But she sat there with me and helped me do the rest of those drawers except the bottom one, which was stuff that had good, clear tags. Man, Meredith at the Ohio State bookstore, you're a fucking rock star. I would not have made it through the day if you wouldn't have helped me out. So shout out to Meredith. If you're ever in that Barnes & Noble, make sure you'd let her know that she's a fucking rock star. So then I had to step away, so I went to the bathroom, I went and got a drink. And on my way back, I was like, I still have 3 tags over there with the paper. And my van driver was like, "What the hell are you doing over here for? You need to go over there and get those tags counted because we're all done. We're ready to go." So she sent 2 other people over. By the time I made it over to the tag, they each had one and I did the last one. Which I could have done those 3 tags in no trouble at all. They were easy. Not a lot of paper and they were well organized. Sure, send me help when I don't need it. When I could have done it in just a couple minutes. So I'm done and I go in. They pulled her to do the trouble cart, which had a lot of stuff that had issues, and they, had figured out how to fix the issues. So there's a whole stack of stuff she was standing there counting. She was pissed. And I'm thinking, and here you were yelling at me that I wasn't done, and here you are, oh, we're all waiting on you. Of course, I didn't say anything, but the only reason I got stuck doing the paper basically was because of her. She told them, they said, we need somebody who's good doing AQ1, which is basically scanning every stinking tag. That's what I do day in, day out. And we usually do Walmarts. That's our main job, is to count at Walmart. And we travel all over the place to do Walmart. And I work in soft lines, which is the apparel and clothing stuff. And that has to be done in what they call AQ1. We have to scan every single tag. Mostly because things get put on the wrong hangers and, all the different sizes. Sometimes the styles are slightly different, but they look alike. Just any number of reasons. We had to scan every single item. So because that's what I normally do, she's like, Amy's your girl. She's good at the AQ1 stuff. She'll give you a good, accurate count. So okay, yeah, we'll take you. And they put me over there. I'm like, thanks for singing my praises and telling them I'm good at it, but god damn, I got the worst fucking tags in the store. Because the girl that, not Meredith, but the other girl that was helping me out a couple different times when I had questions, and I don't know her name, and I feel really bad that I don't know her name. She's a rock star too. She was great. She was friendly and she was helpful. She would walk by. She goes, "I'm so sorry you got stuck on paper." It's one of the worst things in the store. "I'm so sorry you got stuck on paper." They were feeling my pain, that's for sure. But I think what happened with that black paper, why we had 184 pieces, I think they probably came in packs of 100. They probably just opened the pack and shoved them on the shelf and didn't label them. Somebody was fucking lazy and didn't do their job. So, yeah, somebody's gonna get in trouble. Maybe. They should. I mean, it's their job to label the product, right? Anyway. Today was kind of crappy. But we were out of there quickly because we had a lot of extra help. Well, actually, we were the assist team. There were 7 of us in the team. One of the guys was sick. I mean, he was sick last night and wasn't feeling any better this morning. So he stayed out in the van while the other 6 of us went in and did the job. Which we really didn't need him in there getting sick all over everything. So, yeah, that's fine. And with the 6 of us, and there were a couple other teams that showed up. Because we were an assist team. So the local team had a group of people, I think like 10 people or something. And then there was another assist group that came in, and they had, 4 or 5 people, I think. There was supposed to be a total of 20 of us. And we were like, for this little bit that we're doing, because it was supposed to be a 2-day count, we're like, why is it a 2-day count? And they're like, well, because they're doing the upstairs today and the downstairs tomorrow. Tomorrow they're going to close the store and then they can do the downstairs. They were still open for business today. But upstairs they could block off like the textbook area, and we did the textbooks like super fast. And then there was like the art supplies and stuff, and we did that area, which was where I was stuck almost the whole time. And there was like scrubs and that kind of stuff, and I guess there were some medical supplies because I heard somebody yell for help with medical supplies, and just stuff that basically students would use. So the whole upstairs was basically the student bookstore, and then the downstairs was like a regular Barnes and Noble, but they had a shit ton of Ohio State merchandise. Like the one whole side of the store was nothing but Ohio State merchandise. And the actual bookstore part, like regular bookstore part, Barnes and Noble part, didn't really have a whole lot of stuff. Not a lot of books. I would have been disappointed seeing the name Barnes and Noble walking in there and going, where's the books, But it is the Ohio State bookstore, so anyway, whatever. It's done. But our main team, our main crew is shorthanded. So yesterday at the Walmart, which normally we can do a Walmart in roughly 8 hours, we were there almost 12 because we were shorthanded. We had a couple people quit. We had a couple people that couldn't make it. One was sick. One had like an appointment or something. They couldn't go. So they weren't able to make the trip, and just crazy stuff like that. So we were short, I don't know, a whole bunch of people. So, those of us that normally do soft lines, there's 4 of us that are normally in soft lines, and we're over there just cruising along, doing our job, and they pulled us all and stuck us in groceries. Groceries is what they call quantity tag, which is different than doing the AQ1 stuff that we do in soft lines. So every place else in the store, other than apparel, is what they call quantity. And to do that, basically you scan the first item and count back and punch in how many pieces there are. So like there's a maybe a case of canned vegetables. There's 24 in a case. Scan the first one, 24. If it's a full box, it's like, whatever. So, and they pulled us because since they were so short-handed, they were missing times that they had to hit on different departments. So they pulled all of us to go help, which then put us behind on our stuff. It's a never winning battle because it's just like, if you're short on one end and you pull the people from the other end, now you're short on the other end. So we finally got back after we did finished groceries and we had to do electronics. And they kept yelling at us that we couldn't leave for lunch at 11:30. We couldn't leave for lunch until the department was finished. Electronics was finished. Well, it's electronics and books. It's all part of the same department. So they had us my group over doing books. Well, part of my group. 2 of us were over in books. The other 2 were doing other stuff in electronics. Well, it came across on our machines that it was break time at 11:30, right? So one person starts yelling, "It came across on your machines. That means it's time to go to break. You have to go now. Everybody go to break. Everybody go to lunch." And I'm standing there going, I'm being told by 2 different people 2 totally different things. One is you can't go until it's done. And the other is go now. It came across on the machines. So I paid attention to where my supervisor person was, the guy that leads our softlines team, and he stayed to work. The guy that trained me, who is a higher up person, stayed to work. So I stayed with them. There was about 6 or 7 of us that stayed, and we finished the department, and then we went to lunch. And then, because the person that told us we couldn't go to lunch until we finished the department left and went to fucking lunch. And I'm like, wait a minute here. You told us we couldn't go, and then you went? That's not right. Oh, when we were coming back from lunch, because we went then to lunch a half hour after everybody else. We still got our full hour. We just went a half hour later. And when we were coming back, she's like, "Oh, you were part of that group that stayed?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "I thought I told you." I said, "I didn't hear you say for us to go to lunch at 11:30. Last thing I heard you say was we couldn't go until the department was done. So I stayed with the group that finished the department." And she goes, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for you to do that." And I'm like, it's okay. We all got our lunch breaks. It didn't hurt us to wait a half hour. World's not going to fucking end because we went at noon instead of 11:30. And we're coming back on time. We got our hour in. You're still deducting the hour from our pay, whether we take it or not. Whatever, I said, it's not that big a deal. I never heard you personally say it. And I figured since you're the supervisor that you're the one that we should be listening to. And since Jim and Charles stayed, which are the other 2 that are above me, I stayed and helped them. Along with Caitlin and Lisa and Zach. And I think there was somebody else and I can't remember who at the moment. It wasn't that big a deal. 6 or 7 of us it's half the group. Yeah. But, when we came back, we went back to Softlines, the 4 of us that are normally over there. And we had 2 other people helping from another team, another crew that came in to assist. And we get started and we finally finished intimates that they pulled us out of, which we normally have that plus accessories plus jewelry done before we go to lunch. But since they pulled us to do other stuff, that took, more than an hour away from our job. And a little bit later, here they come. We're going to take we need you in hard lines. But you can stay and finish and keep working in soft lines. So me and this guy we call Pops, his name's Joe. He's a really sweetheart. He's a little bit older than I am. And the 2 of us stayed over and we finished accessories, which there was a question. We think they switched tags or tagged it backwards on a couple sections. And we talked to our boss and she's like, well, just do them the way they're done. But here's what we can do. We can see if they can do a pre-count tag for this one thing that was an issue, and we'll ask them if they can do that, and we'll just deal with it, whatever. We'll just do the tags the way they are. When the day before at the previous Walmart, she explicitly said that the one product, which was headbands, was supposed to be quantity tags, not AQ1, which I just explained, the AQ1 being the scan every single item. Well, this was a whole fucking wall of headbands, like 6 feet tall wall, probably 4 foot wide, because sections are usually about 4 foot. Shelves are normally 4 foot. So a 4 foot wide section, about probably 6 foot tall at least, because it was taller than I am, and because I had to reach up to get the top ones, crammed as full as they could fucking cram it of these blessed headbands. There was like over 300, probably closer to 400 headbands on that wall that I had to scan piece by piece instead of doing as a quantity, scan one, count back, which we could have done that whole wall in 5 minutes. No, it took me almost a fucking hour because there were so many pieces, and you move one and 6 more fall on your face. It's just like, come on, shoot me now, Well, the one that they marked as a quantity tag really should have been AQ1 because it was clearance stuff. It was just a mishmash of stuff just thrown on a shelf. It would have been easier just to scan each piece, and we could have whipped through it pretty quickly because there wasn't a lot of stuff, but the kind of stuff it was didn't make sense to do quantities. And since those 2 sections were next to each other, I think they just labeled them backwards, and we couldn't talk her into just switching the tags or anything. She's like, no, just do them the way they are. Fine. So they came back on the one that was a quantity tag because there was a whole bunch of these like watch band sets, probably from Christmas time. There's a whole bunch of them. And I started looking at them and I'm going, these are all different. These have different SKU numbers. So I can't just scan one and count the quantity unless I sit and separate them out by style. And I'm like, do you really want me standing here wasting my time sorting this stuff out? And that's when she said she's going to see if they could do a pre-count for us. And then they came back and said, no, it's too late for us to do pre-counts because by that point in the day, they had cut that off. The system wouldn't let them do it. But what they did was they pulled them all down and they sorted them out for me. So then I could just scan one and count them. And they really helped me out while I was busy fighting those damn headbands. They did all that for me. And yeah, it was nice that they were so willing to help me out. I really appreciated it. So thank you to the ladies that did that for me at Walmart. It was freaking insane. And we were there forever. But Pops and I, we finished off accessories. We actually ended up doing more of jewelry than we were technically supposed to do. But then we figured they're probably going to tell us to do it anyway because they kept pulling all our people to go do hardline stuff anyway. So the ones that were quantity tags, which technically fall under the hardlines category, watch bands and stuff like that, watches for whatever reason go under hardlines, where sunglasses are, apparel. I don't know. I don't understand with their reasoning what goes in which section, but we did a lot of the jewelry stuff, most of it actually. And I said, you know what? We're really supposed to probably go on to women's. So I started over in women's wear and did the whole swimwear section. And about that time, when I was like halfway done, this guy that is part of the Softlines crew comes by and he's like, oh, I'll jump on and do this back wall for you. He says, but didn't you go to break? And I'm like, what break? They didn't tell us that they did a break. The 2 of us that they left up in Softlines, they forgot about us and didn't tell us that it was break time. So I, ended up not getting a break when I was supposed to. I was a little frustrated at that. I said, well, since I didn't get a break, I'm going to go get a bottle of water and I'm going to go get a drink and, go to the bathroom and do all that stuff I would have done on break. I'm going to go do it now. Because, I didn't get the 10 or 15 minutes, whatever it was everybody else got. Let them wait for me for a couple minutes. I have done a hell of a lot on my own. And how did I get left running the flow? I'm the youngest, the newest person on the fucking totem pole. I mean, that's above my pay grade. I shouldn't have been directing people what to do. It's not my job. My job is to stand there and scan the damn tags. Beep, 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 beep. But, somehow I ended up being the one directing us. I mean, yeah, there was only 2 of us, but Pops has been there for a long time. He should have been the one directing us. I don't know how I ended up doing it. But my idea was, we'll just finish what we're working on. And then we talked about it and said, well, I did this one tag before I realized we were into jewelry. I should have thought about it because it's freaking earrings and necklaces, but I didn't think about that because I was in accessory mode and I think of jewelry as an accessory and not as a separate department in my head. So I just was going down this one wall and did this one section. I said, I really don't want to leave 2 tags sitting there because then they're going to accuse us of skipping them. So I went and real quick did those 2 tags. He started working on watches because he had already done the sunglasses. I said, I'll take the headbands, which really suck, and I know you did them yesterday. I'll do them today because we've both been kind of trading back and forth on those. I'll take care of that. And this other messed up tag, if you want to start on sunglasses, and if I get this done in time, I'll come and help you on sunglasses. Well, he had that done. He had started on other stuff. And he's like, what do you think we should do next? I said, well, we probably ought to go to women's. He's like, well, I want to finish this tag here, and then I can come over to women's. And I didn't see him, and I didn't see him, and I didn't see him. He went to the other end of women's, and I didn't realize it. So I guess when they went to break, as they were coming back, somebody saw him and said, hey, didn't you take a break? And he's like, no, didn't know we were having one. They're like, yeah, go take a break. You get like 10 minutes or whatever. And so he went out and had a smoke and then drank a Coke and came back and he was working on the other end. Meanwhile, I'm stuck over in the corner. Nobody bothered to talk to me about it until Rob wandered by and started in on the wall and was like, here, I'll help you I'll do these back walls for you. He knows I don't like walls. And I did all the rounders with the swimwear. And he's like, well, tell you what, I'll keep doing these back walls if you want to grab, this wall here. And then once I get done doing the back walls, I'll come back and help. And I'm like, that's fine. So I started doing that. Well, then people started trickling back because I guess they were getting the hardline stuff done. And pretty soon we had everybody doing soft lines, which the people that normally do hard lines hate doing soft lines because they don't like switching from scan one and count back to scan every item. They think it's beneath them. There's a lot of elitism in it, but I'm like, you know what? I prefer doing the scan every item because that way I know I'm not fucking it up. When they had me over counting in groceries, I know I was screwing it up because the first thing they had me doing was like the bottled water aisle. And you have partial pallets. I don't know how many's supposed to be on a pallet. I don't know how many's on a layer. These people that do it as their everyday thing know that. And I'm going, I don't even know how to count it because some of them are going this direction and some of them are going this direction. And then the next layer, they're like different. And I'm like, I don't know. Help. I don't know what I'm doing. And then I was put over where the boxes of tea bags are. And I couldn't see back into the shelf, like to the back of the shelf to know how many. I finally figured out how many can fit front to back, like 8 fit front to back. So I was like, okay, well, there's 8 here, but how many are on top of that? Because it's double stacked. And trying to see, and it's dark, and the light on the machine isn't like a flashlight kind of light. It's like this little crosshatch scanner laser thing. So that doesn't help. And I was trying to figure out what the hell I was counting. I was so slow at it. By the time I was done, they had electronics almost finished. And I'm like, what do you need me to do next? They could go over to books. So I started on books, and then that's when they started yelling about, you can't go to lunch till it's done. And then I came across your machine. You can go to lunch. Go now. And I'm like, who am I listening to? Yeah, yesterday was a fucking mess. But I mean, the elitism is insane and stupid. Just do your damn job. Scan the stuff, count the stuff. Doesn't matter what department you're in. Yes, we all have our preferences. But because what I pretty much do for the majority of my job, I am more comfortable doing the AQ1 stuff over in soft lines. So just leave me over there, Yeah, there's certain things I don't like counting. I'm not a big fan of the intimates department. Not because it's underwear and bras, but because of how they're shoved on the peg hooks so tight that you move one thing and a whole bunch more fall. And they want you to not take stuff off and they just scan it while it's on the hook. You can't do that on some of these items because they're so packed full. And I know it's the nature of retail because I used to work at a Target. And I know that because I did everything from cashier to electronic specialist to flow team. So I was all over the store. And I know that they're like, you can't backstock soft lines. The only thing you can backstock is like packaged underwear. Probably because it's in a package. But any hanging clothes you can't put back in the backstock. So we had to find places to put it and just shove it out there. Doesn't matter if that's where it belongs. Shove it out there. It has to go to the floor. It has to be out. You can't put it in backstock. Doesn't go in the warehouse. Doesn't go in the back room. Fine, whatever. So you're shoving it out there. So I know Walmart's probably saying the same thing because that's the nature of retail. Get it out on the floor. You can't sell it if it's in the back room. I get that. But then when somebody like us, our team comes in to try to do inventory, it's damn near impossible on some things because it's so full. And like with the headbands I was talking about earlier, you move 6 fall. I just get to where I just let them lay on the floor, and at the end, I scan them all because it's a lot faster because I can flip them all and just scan, but like instead of trying to do it when they're hanging. And they all try to tell you better ways to do it. Well, that might work for you, but it doesn't work for me. Still, it's packed so full. If you move something, the whole bunch more fall. So how is it helping me for you to tell me that, oh, just turn them this way and you can scan them? Except that they fall off the peg hook because they're too full. It's insane. But anyway, whatever. It's really not a bad job. It just has its moments when things can get frustrating. And I have had a couple frustrating days, so I'm just venting. But every job has their days when things just don't go quite the way you want them to. Everybody has frustrations on the job. That's kind of the nature of being employed, I guess. These fried wontons don't get any better when they're cold. They still taste good, but they're harder to chew. Probably because they're deep fried, and deep fried things kind of have that problem. But anyway, I'm hoping that we can track down I keep wanting to say a Switch tomorrow. Because I want to have some fun. I'm tired of being the responsible adult. I want to have some fun. And I think a Switch will be a fun thing. And we've been wanting one since they came out. But when I have the money for one, they're not available. When I don't have money, that's when they start showing up in stores again. It's kind of a vicious cycle. I am so sticky. The sweet and sour sauce is so sticky. And I've got it all over everything. But yeah, I picked up Katamari. well, Katamari Damacy reroll. So this is the Switch version of a game that my brother had. I want to say he had it for the PlayStation 2, but it might have been on the GameCube. One of those two systems. He had Katamari Damacy. And basically, you are this little guy. I don't know if can you see him? This little green guy. And you're from this other planet, and the king wants you to collect stuff. So you have this little ball, and you roll it around, and it kind of everything sticks to it, and the ball gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And the more stuff you collect, and you gotta get a ball of a certain size each level. It gets a little bit bigger. That has to be so that you can send it back. It's fun. I had a blast with the original. And yeah, then the king of all cosmos accidentally destroys all the stars in the sky. He orders you, his pint-sized princely son, to put the twinkle back in the heavens above. Join the king and prince of cosmos on their wacky adventure to restore the stars at home or on the go, now in HD. So I guess every ball you complete like adds another star to the sky or some such nonsense. Whatever. It's fun. I particularly like it when you run over the animals, because, you know, like cats meow and dogs woof woof and the cows moo. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, you collect all kinds of crap. Balls and well, let's see, what does it have on here? Looks like tape dispensers and toothpaste type tubes. There's a fish. There's candy. There's fruits and veggies. Dice. Yeah, all kinds of whatever happens to be laying there. I remember pots and pans. And you have to have some things have a certain size ball to collect. So you gotta run around until you get the ball big enough. Then you can run over some of these other bigger things. Yeah, it's fun. It's a good game. It's one of those crazy things from Japan. They have some very creative people that come up with some very interesting games. And that is definitely a fun one. So I'm kind of anxious to see what it's like on the Switch. So hopefully we can track one down. Because we had such a crappy day yesterday, my boss, Jennifer, she's fucking amazing, gave everybody $20 gift cards to Walmart. Which came in real handy because Katamari was like 1995? 1993. It's a weird fucking number. So yeah, she bought me my first video game for the Switch. Now I gotta get a Switch to play it on. But I think that's pretty cool that, you know, it was the perfect amount for the game I wanted the most. The other game I really, really want is Animal Crossing New Horizon, which of course Walmart didn't have. They didn't have a Switch either. So we're gonna see if either GameStop or the Walmart in Athens might have one. And if they do, I'm gonna see if they'll hold it for me so I can get there to buy it. Because it would really suck if they say, yeah, we got one, and I drove all the way there, and sorry, we sold it. Because it takes 45 minutes to an hour to get there. So I'd be really pissed off if I drove an hour and they're like, oh, sorry, we sold it. But I asked you to hold it. I don't know if I could do, I'll have to check. If there's one at the GameStop there in Athens, I don't know if maybe I could, like, do a buy it online and pick it up at the store kind of deal. I would totally do that. I just want one. No, anyway, since Nekofluttershy has abandoned me, and I'm getting to the point where I really don't want to eat anymore, I think it's time to wrap up this mukbang bitch about work fest. I remember the word of the day, fuck, fuck, fuck. Because, one fuck just isn't enough. And I think I am going to go wash sweet and sour sauce off my skin because I have it all over me. Maybe put on a different shirt because this one's covered in soy sauce. Yeah. Can't take me anywhere. Not even at home. Can't feed me at home. Can't take me out. Yeah, whatever. Do I care? Not anymore. I was figuring it out. I will be 50 in 1 year and 2 months. Just under that. And I was reading this thing in People magazine. I think I started talking about this earlier and I didn't finish the story. They were talking to Jada Pinkett Smith, and I didn't realize she was 49. She's about to turn 50. And she's said something about going into the fuck it 50s. I said, I'm already there. Yeah, I'm only 48, but I'm in my fuck it 50s, man. I am totally looking forward to being able to say the fuck it 50s and actually be part of it, because god damn, this last couple years has really been shit. My 2020 started in like 2018, so yeah, it's been a rough several years. I'm ready for something good to happen. So hopefully things are starting to look up a little bit. I hope. This last stimulus check has really been, I know exactly where it's going. Fun, exciting things like property tax. And if we can find one, a switch. I almost said we again, a switch. So, yeah. It's hard being a grown-up. Adulting sucks. Don't let anybody tell you different. Adulting sucks. Anyway, I guess I will let y'all go. I mean, it has been an hour and, what does that say? An hour and 42 minutes? And a lot of it's just me sitting here blah, blah, blah about work. Like any of you care about fucking work. But if you happen to live in Ohio, or like the Parkersburg, West Virginia area, the Meigs County, Ohio area, our inventory crew is really looking for help. We are desperate for help. We're shorthanded. Starting pay is $12. It just went up. I got a $2 raise because they raised the starting wage, which that was nice. Woohoo! Didn't have to do anything but show up to work, and poof, $12 an hour. They're having trouble hiring people. They just can't get anybody, and people come in, they do a couple days, and they're like, it's not for me, and they quit. Okay, it's not for everybody, but it's not a hard job. It's a little bit physical because you got to reach up sometimes to get the stuff on the top shelf, or you got to bend down or get down on your hands and knees to get to the stuff on the bottom shelf. But if you know what Walmarts are, you know how their shelves are. They got stuff up high and they got stuff down low. I mean, that's just the nature of retail, really. I personally think the hardest part of the job is the being gone, because I'm on a travel team. So I knew I was going to be gone. But I think that's the hardest part, really. The job itself isn't hard. Might get kind of tedious and boring at times. Like today, counting that paper was very tedious. But, you get that part done, you move on to something different. And when we're not counting our normal Walmarts, our usual stores, we get called out to assist other teams at other places. We've done Family Dollars and Dollar Trees and Dollar Generals. We did Hobby Lobbies. We did the bookstore today. So, we did get called out for other things. I've heard that they've done JCPenney's and Macy's and Target, different places. So, it's not always Walmart. It's just mostly Walmart for our team anyway. Some of the crews that we're helping today were like, oh, we hate it when we get called to do help with Walmarts. And I'm like, Walmart's not that bad. At least it's consistent, They're the ones that pay the check, If we didn't have the Walmarts, my crew wouldn't have anything to do half the time. Our normal work week, we leave like on Monday afternoon to go to a hotel, whatever we're doing that week. This week we were up in the Cleveland area, generally like suburbs of Cleveland. We did, was it Cortland and Ravenna and Streetsboro, I think is the 3 places for Walmarts. And what the hell was that? That sounded like a gunshot. What the fuck? I don't hear anything now. Anyway, as I was saying, we'll leave like on Monday afternoon. Usually, most weeks, we leave on Monday afternoon. We go to a hotel, stay the night so we can start work at, let's see, Walmart's. We start our first scan at like 7. Usually, I think they quote our start time is 6:48. But that's usually the briefing for the first 12 minutes or so, and then we start the actual scan at 7 and until it's done. Usually around 4:30, something like that. Yesterday it was closer to 8, 7:38, something like that. It was late. It was a long day yesterday because it was just, when you're shorthanded, it's just crazy. And you got to make up somewhere, so it ends up being a long day. So if we had a full crew, we'd be getting out of there at normal times. But, then we work like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday doing Walmart. And generally, after we finish the Thursday Walmart, we go home. This week, they needed a crew to go to the bookstore. So the crew I'm in, the van I was riding, that was the crew that went. So on occasion, we do get a Friday thrown at us. On occasion, we did a Christmas tree shop, which I'm not sure why it's called Christmas tree shop, because there was nothing Christmas in the store. It was right, kind of reminded me of like a Dollar General type place. It had like paper goods, and it had like food and cleaning supplies, but they also had like some holiday stuff, but it was St. Patrick's Day and Easter, and there's a lot of patriotic stuff. I didn't see anything Christmas, and his place is called the Christmas Tree Shop. So I don't know. It was weird, but we did that on a Monday morning. That was a couple weeks ago. That was in Dayton. Then we went up to Sandusky, Port Clinton, and Sandusky. Port Clinton was the 3rd day, or was on the Thursday. What was the Wednesday one? Sandusky was Tuesday. Oh crap! I can't think of it. Anyway, up at Lake Erie. My grandparents used to live at Lakeside, and we were really close to there because we used to go into Port Clinton all the time. And I can't, for whatever reason, I cannot think of the other town. I'll think of it after I'm done with the video. But, we spent then, the 3 days up there and came home on Thursday. It was 10 o'clock when I walked in my door, but it's because it's like a 4+ hour drive back from over there. So, but you get paid to ride in the van. They pay for your hotel. They give you $18 a day for food. So, I mean, not only do you get paid to do the actual job, but after the first hour in the van, you're paid until you get to wherever you're going. They figure that first hour would be your typical commute to work. So your first hour on the way to the job, the first hour on the way back from the job. So, but if you go from job to job, you get paid the whole amount, the whole travel time. So, like, we were in Michigan doing a couple stores, and the one store, we got pulled out of it before we were finished with it, really. We got it to like 60-70% done, and they were like, we can handle it from here, but we really need your help at this other store. So they paid us for the whole travel time from when we left the one store and got to the other store, which, I mean, it's only like 45 minutes, but that's 45 minutes worth of pay that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Because if we would have gone from the hotel to the store, we wouldn't have gotten paid, because it would have been what they consider home to work, your normal commute. But because it was from store to store, we got the pay. It's crazy. Some of their rules are insane. We did 1 week, and we were asked to volunteer, where we did one Walmart. It was a fucked up week to start with, because we started a Walmart on Tuesday, and we got pulled out of that Walmart because their inventory system went down. So stop what you're doing. We're done. We're canceled. And we're like, but we've been working for 3 hours. What do you mean we're canceled? We're canceled. We're done. Pull all the tags down and, go back to the hotel. So then we sat in the hotel that day. They canceled the next day because they still couldn't get their system going. Then the Thursday, so there's 2 days then where they paid us to sit in a hotel. They rounded up like the 3 hours, 3.5 hours. They rounded that up to 4 hours. And then they gave us 4 hours for the next day where we didn't do shit. We sat in a hotel and got paid for 4 hours of work. Plus our per diem, which is our food money. So I got $60 to sit on my ass and do absolutely nothing, because they canceled the job at the last possible second because their system went down. I mean, last possible second, we were already working the job 3.5 hours. So they rounded that up. They still paid our hotel and everything. The Thursday job, we did that whole Walmart. And they said, we really need some people to go help this other crew. This was in Millersburg, Ohio. They needed help at Morgantown, West Virginia. So we got in the van, got paid like 3 hours drive time, because I think it is either 3 or 4 hours drive time to get from Millersburg to Morgantown. Got to Morgantown at like 9 o'clock at night and worked until midnight, just after midnight, to help them finish up that store. And I guess some of the people were still there after 1 o'clock. They took us to the hotel. We had 1 night in the hotel, which it was the nicest hotel room we've had so far since I started working there. And we only got 1 night there, and really it was only a couple hours because we had to get up at like 4 to start the job the next morning at 5 or something crazy nuts. Something crazy like that. Or maybe it was we get up at 5 and had to be there at 6. I don't remember. It was fucking early. We only got a couple hours sleep. I was going to try to stay up, but I was so tired I was about to drop. So I was just like, okay, I just lay down for a little bit, and next thing I knew, it was time to get up and go to work. I just laid down. And we did the second Walmart at Morgantown, because there's 2 humongous ones in Morgantown, West Virginia. So we helped wrap up the one so that we could turn around and do a whole other one the next day. Now, the people that ran that job, it wasn't our team. We were just an assist. There's, 7 or 8 of us that went, and we were just an assist on that one. They run their team a whole vastly different way than what we run ours. And Pops and I, again, where we're like, we usually do soft lines, and we're really better at soft lines than we are doing groceries and hard lines and stuff. Do you want us to go start, our normal pattern and start at infants and, work our way through? Well, we guess you can start there. We don't normally do soft lines till the end. Fucking bullshit, That store was huge-fucking-mungus. Here I am with my F-bombs again. Today is just an F-bomb kind of day. But there we are. The 2 of us did all of infants, and they were like, just follow the pattern, go into shoes. Fine, we did shoes. While we were in shoes, they let us have a couple extra people until lunch. Oh, how generous of you to let us have some help. 2 of us were going to do all the fucking soft lines by ourselves because you wait to do them at the end. They have the same rules we do, where certain departments are supposed to be done by a certain time. 2 of us were running soft lines by ourselves until finally they decided to maybe let us have another person. It's like, really? But they couldn't understand why our team starts soft lines at the beginning of the day and not put everybody, doing groceries. Well, usually we have a big enough team that we can do it. Right now we don't, but whatever. It's crazy because it's like, here we are going, this is our strength, this is where we should be, this is what we normally do, it's what we prefer to do. Let us get this started so that it's not all at the very end. Because the night before, part of their problem was they had no sense of how to run a flow. They were still doing hard lines at fucking midnight. I'm sorry, but that's supposed to be done by 3. Yeah. First thing, here's what has been explained to me. First thing is, your hardlines people go to the freezers and groceries, then they do groceries, then they do like the chemicals and paper stuff because it's all that section of the store. Then they have to do electronics by a certain time, and then there's other departments that they have to hit at certain times. They're supposed to be the sporting goods by lunch, right? They were all over the place when we showed up that night. And we were so confused. We're like, what the hell are you people doing? They're like, well, we do need some help in soft lines, so why don't you go over and see what they need you in soft lines? And we go over, and they're like, looking at us like we just grew second heads or something. Like, we don't know what to do with you. We're like, what do you want us to do? They sent us to help you in soft lines because we're soft lines counters. What do you want us to do? Well, I guess just go find a tag, see if there's any tags that are open, and just go do. They were in the men's department, and they were skipping tags all over the place because they just didn't want to do the jeans wall, or they didn't want to do socks, or they didn't. No! That's not how you do it. It makes no sense to do it that way. What our team does is we have 4 of us that go to soft lines. And then everybody else goes, they do the freezers, they do groceries, blah, blah, blah. And they do their rounds while we go infants, because infants has to be done by a certain time. Then we go to intimates. Then we go da-da-da-da-da. Whatever department comes next. Sometimes it's shoes. Sometimes it's accessories. Whatever. Kind of depends on how the store's set up. But it's always infants and then intimates, because those are 2 things are supposed to be done by a certain time. They have the same rules as us, but they weren't following any kind of discernible pattern in their work. And, we usually leave all of soft lines till the end, but you're still doing hard lines at midnight. If you waited until you finished hard lines and you were still doing hard lines at midnight and you've been there since 6 a.m., the store wasn't that much bigger. Yes, it's a big fucking store, but it's not that much bigger that, you should be stretching it into a 2-day affair. There was no reason they should have been there 18 hours for that store. And, I mean, it was maybe the same size or slightly bigger than the store we did yesterday. Yesterday, they told us it was going to be a small store, and it was not a small store. But then also, part of it was, we were shorthanded. They had all kinds of people at this store, and they still couldn't get it done in 18 hours. What the hell? The next day, man, we had them. When we were there helping, and our person ran their flow for them, they learned, I think, that this is a good way to do it. Our flow seems to make sense, and we get stores done. And we're one of the best teams, or we're one of the best teams in the country. So, there's a reason for that. Because we know what the fuck we're doing. And, if you walk into a situation like that, it makes you really question your decision to do the job. To say, yeah, I'll help. I'll go and do the assist. Because, oh my God, was it a mess. But Pops and I, good thing we get along because, man, we were whipping through infants. And we were well into shoes by the time we got help. And I said, do you mind if I do the back wall? Because I never get to do the back wall in shoes, which is all the stuff in boxes. All you gotta do is just zap, 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 zap. Because there's barcodes on the outside of the box. You don't have to hunt for tags. You just zap the box. I said, I never get to do those. Do you mind? He goes, oh, go for it. If you never get to do them, this is your chance. Because you'll probably never get to do them again. Since it was the two of us, and they told us, do it the way you want. We don't care. Just get it done. We're like, okay. And he started on down one row, and I went and I did the whole back wall, and I did all the back end caps. And then I started, going up and down some of the aisles. He was going up and down aisles. And then they finally started sending us people. But it was insanity. And then we just kind of followed whatever the pattern was. And I think we ended with intimates, actually. It was really screwed up, but at least it made some sort of sense. No, we ended with women's. Intimates was right before we hit women's because of the way the store set up. But if we would have done it the way they wanted to do it, we'd probably still be there. And that was a couple weeks ago. Because it just made no fucking sense whatsoever. Yeah. Anyway. I know I was going to get off of here 20 minutes ago? Something like that. And I'm still yapping. Can you tell I'm bored? I'm lonely. Yeah. Well, I'm going to look up that song that I mentioned earlier. That one by Tool. I don't know much about Tool. All I know is they're like heavy metal or something like that. So I'm going to have my first experience with Tool that I know of. I may have heard them before. I don't know. I've heard of them. But that doesn't necessarily mean I've heard their music. So I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look and see if I can track down a Switch. Because now that I have a video game to play on it, I kind of need the system. Funny how that works. Got to put the leftovers away. I would say I got to pack, but I haven't been to the laundromat yet. We were going to do that today, but there's so much. There was no parking. There was nowhere anywhere close to the laundromat. And I'm not going to carry my dirty laundry all up and down the streets of Pomeroy. Anyway. Ugh. Yuck. Okay. Man, sinuses suck. I have got terrible sinuses. In this part of Ohio, they call it Sinus Valley. Because everybody's got bad sinuses. Okay. I think I have made a big enough mess. How did I do that? I seem to have shrunk my window somehow. That's weird. Not that it matters at this point in time. What the heck? I give up. Anyway, I think I'm finally going to end it here. It's almost 10:30. I need to get some rest. I'm exhausted. So, sleeping in today. We got to sleep in till 6:30 because they told us that we had to be on the van to go to the job at 7:40. And then the job was supposed to start at 8. We stood there for a fucking hour before we could start the job because the other people that were coming to count were told different times. One crew was told 9 o'clock, one crew was told 8:30, and the one crew, they couldn't get there till, 10:30 because of wherever they were. Can you say disorganized? Yeah, I thought so. I'm like, we could have had the whole textbook section done before the other people showed up. Just our 6. I mean, we brought 7 people, but one wasn't going to count because he was sick. So just the 6 of us that were able to do the job could have had that whole section done. Because there was a lot of shelves that had nothing on them. So we could have had that whole section done by the time the other people showed up. But no, they had to stand around for an hour. They didn't even clock us in till 8:30. So we stood around a half hour not even getting paid. Which is stupid. we were there for an 8 o'clock start time, which is what we were told. We were there before 8 o'clock. They were surprised we showed up before 8 o'clock. They were like, "You're here early." Yeah, we were told it was to start at 8. They're like, "Oh." And then we were told it was a 2-day job, which it is, but we were only doing the first day. And they said, "You'll be out of here by 3 o'clock." We were out of there at like between 12 and 12:30. I got home between 3:30 and 4. So yeah, I was expecting to get home about between 5 and 6, because if we left at 3, that would get us home between 5 and 5:30. That would then get me home between 5:30 and 6, because I'm a half hour from the pickup point, roughly. But no, I was actually walking in my door between 3:30 and 4. So yeah, today was just confusion. And if they would have let us start at 8 o'clock like it was supposed to, we would have been home an hour earlier. If our one person hadn't have been sick, we probably would have been home an hour and a half earlier, at least. Because he's a super fast counter. We lost one of our star counters because he was sick, and we still kicked ass. Yeah. But when two of us are pretty much AQ1 specialists at this point, because that's what we do almost the whole time we're in stores, yeah, that helped. I'm still a slow counter, but I'm getting better. But then I got stuck on that fucking paper wall, and man. Paper envy is real, but when you get stuck counting it sheet by sheet, it kind of loses its shine. Although that Reeves paper was really beautiful. It was a high rag count. It was nice, but it was also very expensive. And it wasn't even their highest quality. I mean, yeah, they have much better papers than what they had. This was nice paper. Yeah. Art people will understand. Art people will definitely understand. But there's one guy that came over to help me. Pops came over and did one section, and then this other guy came over and did a section. And it was the last 3 tags, and I did the last section. And there's one guy who's like, 78 cents for a sheet of paper? Wow, that's expensive. I said, the stuff I'm counting is 3 something for a sheet. Like 3.18 for a sheet of paper. I said, so there was papers over there that were like $15 for a sheet. He's like, why is it so expensive? So I had to explain to him about, it depends on what it's used for, because certain papers are used for certain types of things. Like the real expensive sheets of paper had a high rag count, and they were for like things like watercolors and various art projects. I said, the paper I'm working on that's $3 and something per sheet is from France. So you've got the import charge. It's already got a higher price point because it's an art paper. It's from France, raises the price point. It's got a slightly higher rag count than the ones you're counting. That is like twice the size of what you're counting. All these things add up. If you're an art person, that's cheap. 78 cents is cheap. That's crappy paper. If you're an art student, if you're an artist, you're like, I can use it for, I don't know, a collage or something. It'll be fine. Or I can use it for something else. But as an art paper, it's not a good paper because it's thin, it's cheap, it's like pulp and not rag. But when you start making high rag count paper, like 100% rag, it's fucking cotton, okay, or linen. It is not wood pulp. There's no wood in high rag count paper. If it's 100% rag, there is no wood, and it's beautiful paper. It's archival. It's it's worth every penny. And your art is going to last unless something terrible happens to it, like it gets flooded or it gets caught in a fire, or it's going to last. Your art is going to be art for years to come. Where your cheaper wood pulp papers may not last that long. And a lot of those have binders and starches and chemicals in them that they're not archival. So an archival quality paper is going to cost you more than just your run-of-the-mill sheet of paper. And I couldn't get this guy to understand because he kept, everybody who came by, he's like, can you believe this is 78 cents a sheet? And I'm like, dude, that's nothing. You obviously don't know anything about art supplies. Because I'm sitting there going, that's cheap. It's, colored notebook paper, basically. It was cheap paper. And he was going on and on. And I'm thinking, even things like scrapbooking papers, you can pay a couple bucks a sheet for some of them. And they're not much bigger than what he was counting. So I'm like, dude, get over it. Move on to the next topic of conversation. We've talked about 75 cents or 78 cents a sheet of paper isn't expensive if it's good paper. 78 cents is not good paper, actually. When you have a sheet that size, about the size of a piece of notebook paper, probably an 8.5 by 11 sheet, is what it looked like. When you're talking $78 for that same sheet of paper, now you're talking good paper, decent quality. I mean, it can go higher than that. It can always go higher, but 78 cents, that's nothing. So this guy, I don't know. He was from a different crew and he just did not understand. And I tried to explain it to him, and you can only explain so much before it's just like talking to yourself. Like I'm doing right now. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to the computer. You're out there somewhere, right? It's not just me. Anyway, I keep saying I'm going to go, and then I find something else to talk about. So how about this? Let's do remember to do all the YouTube-y stuff. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Ring the notification bell if you want to be notified of future uploads. Blah, 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 blah. You know what to do. You've heard me make the spiel enough times. If you are interested in doing the inventory job like what I do, we have some great people on our crew. We're just shorthanded right now, and we could really use some people. If you're looking for a job and don't mind traveling and being away from home 3 to 4 days a week, think about it. And if you want more information, you can contact me, and I will, pass on what I know. But it's WIS International, WIS International. And they've got crews all over the country, actually all around the world. It's an international company, but we do have crews all over the country. Just if you happen to be anywhere remotely close to where I am and you want to be on our crew, we could really use some help. Or if you know anybody in our area that's looking for a job, like I said, the starting pay right now is $12. It just went up to 12 because they're having trouble hiring. People just aren't applying for the job. And with all the unemployment out there, it's not a hard job. It really isn't. I know it's not for everybody. Personally, I would like to have more time at home than what I get, but I don't mind traveling around. And it's a lot of riding in a van, but then I use that time a lot to listen to books. Unless they turn the music up too loud. Sometimes some of the vans, depending on who the driver is, sometimes they turn the music up and it's too loud to hear through my headphones. But to listen to a book. But if you got somebody who's got good taste in music, that helps. The one van, I hate riding on it because I can't stand the music. Oh, it's totally not my thing. And I'm not really into like rap and hip hop kind of stuff, and they play it loud, and it's all the N-word this and fucking that, and there was one, all I can remember is something about, I like blue cheese, I'm addicted to blue cheese. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's the only part I can remember of the song is something about being addicted to blue cheese. And I'm like, what? But they were playing it so loud, I had such a headache by that point. And every time they said I'm addicted to blue cheese, I'd just start laughing. This other guy on the van was also laughing every time they said it. We're like, what the hell is this song? Yeah. Oh, and I heard that wet ass pussy song. How in the fuck did that even get made? How did that get recorded? It's horrible. And it's like, what, Song of the Year or some such bullshit? What the fuck? It's a terrible song. I don't get it. Anyway, remember to do all the YouTube things. I know I've said this already, but I'm repeating myself just for the hell of it. Comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell icon for notifications of future videos, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Hopefully my next video isn't this long and rambly and full of fuck and, well, you know, the word of the day, fuck, fuck, fuck. Yeah. Actually, the next video will either be the taste test of the Baconator Pringles or the part of the book haul that I forgot, the last book haul. Because after I recorded it, I found a bag of books that I bought at the Dollar Tree. I need to go to the Dollar Tree. I need to write that down. Go to Dollar Tree. Here, something to write it on. I don't want to use a highlighter. Let's use a pen. That's a Sharpie. Pen. Dollar Tree. Water. For work. I get the, is it Crystal Springs? Or I don't remember what the brand is. Crystal Geyser. I get that water, like, because you can get 6 bottles for $1, right? And it's like $1.78 for 1 bottle of water at Walmart. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy more than like 1 or 2 of those in a day that I drink while I'm at Walmart. So I'm not gonna buy it and take it back to the room, not at $1.78 a bottle. I'm gonna take my little 6-pack that I got for $1, stick in the fridge in the room. Yeah, so making my notes. Look for this, look for that. Oh, pineapple juice. I've started drinking pineapple juice like daily because is it bromelain that's in it? It's supposed to be good for like arthritis and stuff. I don't know. I'm going to try and see if that helps any. But I couldn't find the little mini cans today. Walmart was out of them. I must have bought them out last week. So put that on the list. God, I'm making my shopping list on fucking YouTube. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, I gotta go. I'm losing my mind rapidly. So I will see you in the next one, whatever it may be. Probably a book haul or a Pringles review. It only took me a year to find the Baconator ones. The store had tons of them today. And I'm like, what the hell? It wasn't Walmart, it was Pal's, which is our local grocery. Stopped in there for something else and found a couple of things I was looking for that I couldn't find at Walmart. But they didn't have pineapple juice either, other than the big bottles. And those aren't practical to take with me to work. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.